Hello all, it's Łukasz from Go On Board, and today I'm going to play a full solo gameplay of The Witcher Legacy. So I have a prototype version of the game. We are still in pre-campaign mode, unless you're watching it later, but we are getting ready for the game-found campaign, for this epic, story-driven, campaign-based action-adventure set in the Witcher universe. We love and we have explored in games before, and this one is just so big and so huge, and you will really sink your teeth into being a Witcher and living through a crucial part of the Witcher universe story. So I will play a full gameplay, so if you don't want to have anything spoiled, you may stay for the explanation introduction portion of the game, and as I begin to make my turns, of course, you may skip that, or unless you think you will have forgotten the details of the scenario I am playing here before the game arrives at your doorstep, then of course you can stay to watch the entire thing. That's why we are making it, so you can see how the solo experience plays. And of course, since I am playing this by myself with you, I will be reading things out loud, I will be thinking out loud, so you can experience at least partially what happens in this game. So it's a 1 to 4 player game, and each scenario contains a unique map and box of elements and a big script book that we have here. So we are playing for a handful of coppers. We also have an exploration decoder, and I'm playing solo, that's why I have an apprentice. I have a box with special components and an additional solo help card. This is just a prototype, so I don't have the travel journal album for my cards. So I will just keep my cards that I have revealed, found, that are making my individual story through the campaign on the side here. In a full campaign, you keep some of the story cards from previous stories, and you build a big tale for yourself, and if you are not playing solo, with a group of friends. So short explanation about the rules, general rules, just a brief reminder, and solo rules, and then I will get into that. So I have prepared just part of the scenario I will be playing. I choose one of the characters to play in the game, and each character gets their own box, and on my turn I will be playing cards from my hand, traveling through a map, exploring locations, and trying to complete tasks. I will have bigger mission quests and smaller ones, and depending on my choices and my movements, things will open different paths for me to take. I have some other cards and components at my side. Remember, just a prototype and just components for one of the scenarios. This game is a big box full of components for you to explore and reveal as you journey through the big story we have written. So each scenario comes with a big book like that, and you will see part of the story because, depending on your choices, we read some scripts and not all of them. When you play solo, on top of your regular actions that are dependent on your action cards, you also have an apprentice. He travels with you, and he gives you 3 additional actions each round. So you play a true solo experience with just your Witcher, your character, that you may grow and develop through the campaign, and then you can go back and start from the scratch with one of the other Witchers. And to balance things out and to allow you to explore and experience nearly as much, or maybe sometimes even more, than in a 2 to 4 player gameplay, you have this apprentice with additional actions, and there are some scripts written here just for that mode, just for the solo experience. We have a solo help card, and we also have those markers that we put on top of our attributes. So you have additional actions, but you don't grow your attributes as fast as you would in a regular gameplay. So let's get into the book. We have a setup, so we prepare the game based on regular game rules. We set the map, we place the exploration tokens on all the locations, and we have a big stack of story cards. We keep them at hand, and I will be revealing them when instructed. My Witcher's name is Milgor, and I grew up an orphan in a shelter run by the priestesses of Melitele, under the watchful eye of Mother Nina, in the small mining town of Breda. Most of the locals claimed it was a city, though that was likely only because they had never been anywhere else and were unaware of their own provincialism. Over the years, you witnessed countless illnesses, suffering, and poverty. A deep anger began to simmer inside you. I am seeing some anger simmering. Anger at the injustice of the world and at your own helplessness. When a witcher arrived at the shelter in search of new recruits, you gladly left with him. You had no idea what awaited you, but you felt certain that as a witcher, you would gain the power to help others. So this is my backstory, and some more of the details are found throughout the campaign, as well as, of course, you shape your own story and your own character. So at the end, no two characters look exactly the same. Later, it was said that you had arrived from Kermoren by the road from the north. The upper march was shrouded in heavy summer rainfall when you appeared in Dubica, a small village rarely mentioned on maps. The village elder, Vengota, had called for your help. Neckers had taken root in the area. It was supposed to be a routine contract of the type witchers barely remember by the next summer. And no one had an inkling that things would take a very different turn. I bet things are going to take a different turn. So, of course, we open up the story with a big introduction. This is just the beginning of it. So we put the story card N1 in our travel journal. So we'll keep it here. And those cards, they work as a reminder of the story that we have just experienced, but also they all have some gameplay value, as you will see in the future. We also have a scenario goal. So we are here to solve problem with neckers harassing the village by collecting clues. And whenever we collect more clues on the neckers, probably by looking, talking, exploring, and fighting, we will get success tokens. So those are universal tokens in every scenario. They show us how well we are doing and the game responds. And we also have an opponent card that we get, and we put the neckers here. And actually, it's good to read because in this scenario we will be fighting neckers, and whenever our support level is a bit higher than the starting level, their basic ability is not as harmful. So that's one of the things to remember. Dubica looks somehow different today. Usually full of life, the village now resembles an empty shell hidden behind a veil of rain. You can barely make out the outlines of the cottages. Has the downpour driven the villagers indoors, or was it the fear of the neckers? That would be uncharacteristic for the people of Kaedwen, as tough and harsh as the land they live on. Ivril lives nearby, a half-elf huntsman you consider a friend. Okay, so somebody here who will be hopefully nice to us. You normally visit him whenever you're in the area, and that's the plan this time as well. Yeah. Perhaps he'll tell you more about the mood in the village, but that will have to wait. For now, you ride slowly through the village, frozen in stillness. Shutters are firmly closed everywhere you look. Understood. But you can still sense the furtive glances of unseen eyes upon you. So we place the Witcher miniature on location 12, so we are arriving at the Elder's hut in here. And we also get a help card with the explanation of all the locations. So each scenario has a unique map. Some of the actions will be similar to the ones you saw before, but for your convenience, there is always an individual help card at hand. I got them already, so I will explain the locations as I get to them. You stop your horses in front of Vengota's hut. They'll punish... Okay, so, a woman. I will do a little bit of voice acting, but I want to apologize in advance. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I will definitely forget what voices I chose for different people. Also, I don't have that many voices. Also, there are, I know, both men and women here. So, just excuse me, but I have to. They'll punish us all! Every last one of us will pay for our sins. I'm not regretting the decision. A woman's angry voice, that was a woman's angry voice, cuts through the sound of the rain coming from the inside the house. The call is from inside the house. Suddenly, the door swings open and out steps the village herbalist, a woman you know only by sight. She's always been openly unfriendly toward you, and you've never tried to force your company upon her, obviously. She notices you, and her agitation gives way to surprise. After a moment, she masks it with indifference and walks past you without a word, heading toward her own hut. Perhaps it doesn't mean anything, but it's best to stay alert anyway. Always stay alert, guys. And have a talk with Ivril and other villagers too. And we get a current quest. So, those big cards here are quest cards. Sometimes they would need to use the designated quest tokens, but this one tells us that we should look for local gossip. And if we find 5 symbols like that on our story cards here, then we are supposed to read a particular script in our script book. So, we need to talk to the people, even though the doors are closed and nobody is friendly yet. So, fingers crossed, maybe somebody friendly will come our way. Vengota appears in the doorway of his hut. If the herbalist's words made any impression on him at all, he doesn't show it. He doesn't invite you inside, okay, not too friendly, instead getting straight to the point, leaving you to stand in the rain. You lot sure took your time. The monsters have been breeding like mad. People keep reporting new mounds. We can't keep up with the clearing them out. Necker filth. He spits. Imagine, I'm not going to do that, though tempted. Forcefully as he says the words. So we get another quest. So we have to talk to people, but also the second one is, okay, we need to find Necker mounds in the forest. So we are looking for 2 different things. We are talking about local gossip on the story cards and the Necker mounds somewhere in our exploration. Whenever we find one, we will get a quest token as such. And we just need 2 of them to read the designated script in this book. Suddenly, his demeanor shifts. The earlier harshness fades. Good, friendly guy. Replaced by sorrow that creeps in his voice. There is also, we've got our first casualty. It's been about 5 days. The voice has changed already, as you see, I told you. Since we found the body near the huntsman's hut. It's one of our trappers and your companion, Ivril. Place the story token on location 13. and draw the story card 45 and place it here next to the map. So there are cards we keep in our travel journal, right? And there are some cards that whenever they are showing us that we have an active quest here, we keep them open. So we put this token here, story token, and a story card. So we can take our additional action here to talk to the huntsman in the huntsman's hut. The news of Ivriel's death hits you like a blow, knocking the breath from your lungs. Before you can utter a single word, Vengota ends the conversation, claiming he has to prepare for a meeting of the village elders. I pay only for finished work. If you want to see any coin, I suggest you don't waste time. He throws over his shoulder, not even bothering to look back. Amazing job. We also read a script 33 because we are playing solo. Okay. And we will draw 3 cards and start our first round. But yeah, so it's also here. Your gaze lingers a moment longer on Verel. Yeah. An apprentice soon to complete his training at Kaedwen. Hopefully, you took him under your wing because you wanted him to gain some experience before heading out on the path alone. There's no denying the young man is talented, but he still needs more experience before he can be considered a fully fledged witcher. There were times when you visited Dubica together, and it was then that you introduced him to Ivriel. What's wrong with you? The boy asks with undisguised anger. He was your friend, and you act like you don't even care. Okay. You stay silent. Stoic. We are being very centered right now. The boy will calm down soon, as he always does. Once again, it hits you that you can't find the words to truly connect with him. He understands so little. Were you like that at his age? Damn it. This isn't the time for quarrels. You'll tell the boy to keep quiet and stay close. Amazing, masterly words. Keep quiet and stay close. We are on to a great start. We draw 3 action cards and start our first round. So, on our turn, we will be using those action cards, and they have action symbols on the bottom of them. They also have different colors for particular ability tests, and on the top part of them, they have combat symbols that we will use whenever we get into a fight. So my thinking is, guys, I will go to the forge and raise my strength, and we'll see where the game takes us from there. I will also keep the storybook open because we have the decoder that helps us to see what we get when we explore a particular location. So I think with my first move, I will actually go maybe to Herbalist Shack. So I play 1 card from my hand. It has 1 symbol, so it allows me to move up to a 1 location. I could have stayed here, actually, and explored Elder's Hut, but maybe we'll move here. So first I may take the location action, which I do. If I pay an herb or a coin, I have a coin, I may raise my analysis. So first I just move up the gray token, and the next time I move my analysis up, that will increase my hand size in combat. So this is important. The support is for my shields, strength is for mutagen cards, and my charisma is connected with my individual skill, which is adaptation. And then with my secondary action, there's only 1 option here. If there is a story action or a quest token, there may be more options, but now the only thing I can do, and I will do that, is to explore. So I first move the decoder to the herbalist shack, and there are always 3 different options. So only after I raise the token, I see that it is the triangle. So I lose one of my shields, meaning I got tired exploring, but I get 1 herb, which is fine because I will probably use it pretty soon. So now I will use one of the Vedel's action. I just move the cube onto a spot and it gives me either 1 or 2 symbols. They are also colored, meaning they can help me with my tests as well. So I move to the stalls, where I may pay 1 herb, which I do, to raise 1 of my attributes. And I think I will raise my support, opening myself for for better defense in my, or maybe not, maybe I will just go for analysis. So I raise my analysis and again I explore. So I am here at stalls, it's a triangle symbol again, and it tells me to read the script 25. So we'll see what happens there. 25. Okay. The market stalls sink into the mud of the rain-soaked square. The vendors are reluctant to speak with you and even less eager to trade. My gosh. The sole exception is Otto Burbach, a traveling merchant of pots, needles, and card grease you occasionally meet on the road. Okay, friendly face, that's good. Ah, finally a friendly face, the gnome greets you. As they say, not every plum is wormy, but both kinds send you running to the privy just the same. This is very well-known saying about the plums and your bowel movements. So yes, thank you for that reminder, Otto. Maybe this place is wormy, maybe not, but something foul is surely afoot here. I can't tell when I'm not welcome. And as for you, witters, there's no love for your kind here either. So I say, let's get out while we still can. You help me leave this place, guard me from the neckers, and I'll reward you handsomely for it. You regretfully decline Burbach's request, telling him you have a contract to fulfill here. The gnome is disappointed by your response. He says that if you can't protect him personally, maybe you can at least share some bombs. Okay, I have none yet. So he can ward off the neckers himself. Admittedly, bombs are a special weapon, meant only for Richard, but perhaps you could make an exception. Okay, so decide. So we have 3 options. We can give him some bombs, asking him to use them only as a last resort. In untrained hands, they could be deadly. Secondly, we could firmly refuse. No one but witchers should use that kind of weapon. It's far too dangerous. Or we could promise to come back later with bombs. I have none to give, so I could just tell them I will give you some and then give him nothing. I could firmly refuse. Or I could come... Okay, I think I will promise to come back later. So, if I promise to come back later with bombs, I place a story action token on location 3. So we could come back here and we draw the card 35 and we place it on the designated spot. So we have another option to take up. Those tokens work as a reminder, but also you see those 2 cards help us to see and know And in stalls, we are supposed to deliver bombs. If we spend any number of bombs, then we read the script when we are there. We are not going to do it now. We will go get some bombs soon. We can get bombs in Avril's hut. Let's go there. So, I still have 2 cards and 2 actions in my hand. Again, I could go to Homestead and then Old Mill. Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty fine with what I have now. So I will use, again, one of the Veril actions to move 1. And I gain 1 herb. And I explore. So we go back to the first page, use the decoder. So, even while we set up the game and put the tokens on the board, even if somehow I remember that this was a moon, which I didn't, then irregardless, I still have to check it. And good news, in Homestead, we found a necker mount. So somewhere we looked around and there is a first one. We only need 1 more and we will read a particular script. So this is good. We also lose 1 shield. This is awful because we are at 0 and then we switch high morale to low morale, meaning we don't start the combat, the enemy does, and for any tests that we may need to take, our chances are lowered. So this is bad, but we get a coin. So some good, some bad, and we can continue on our journey. And now we have options actually, because we could go to Old Mill ruins, and this is a pretty cool spot. I could get rid of 1 of my cards and get a new one from the pool. So that would help me like build up my deck faster. And I am kind of excited with that possibility. I am very excited with that possibility. To be honest, I am extremely excited. I talked myself into that. I am going there. I didn't even look at any other options. I know, yeah, I know. We're supposed to go to Avril's hut, but we'll have time. So now I will play... I will play a card from my hand. I will keep this one. I want to get rid of it and switch it for a different one. So we move once. With this action, I get rid of this card just for this scenario. It is marked with my emblem. I put it in the box for my character. And I may get 1 new card from the market here. And this one has less power symbols, but it is much stronger for comboing, which I like a lot. I also like the yellow one. Now I want to create some epic combos. So I draw it, I reveal a new one, also a good one, and again, since I can, I will explore. I am now exploring. I have 2 quests open, but I am exploring Old Mill ruins where we look at the circle symbol. So this is number 2. And bada beam, bada boom, we went to the forest. We finished the quest pretty quickly. We found a second mound. Not often do people go into that so fast, but I decided to go for the forest and see what happens. So I got the second token pretty fast, and I also get 1 gold, meaning right now we are reading script 122 to see what happens. So we have moved our Necker investigation forward. You come across Necker mounds far fewer, yeah, exactly, far fewer than village elder had suggested. Well, at least it'll be easier to track down all the monsters. So we get 1 success token. We are successful. We put the tokens back into the pool. We put this card away. We remove it from the game. And Near the last of the mounds, you met the herbalist. Oh, pretty convenient of her to be lurking. She's gathering medicinal herbs. A strange thing to do, considering that neckers have been prowling the area. The other villagers avoid the forest. She's the only one venturing in. Suspicious, yeah, suspicious. So we get a story card 24 as a reminder of that meeting we had, let's say. No gossip, so we didn't, find any clues from any of the villagers yet. Will do. You don't have time to dwell on it. In the distance, you hear a cry of one of the shepherds. You gather that neckers have attacked the cattle. They must have. The monsters are still active in the area. Time to hunt them down. Yes, please. So, we play one black quest token on location 11. Pretty far away, but that's okay. We keep it here. When we get there, we may take the main action, which is good, and then take the quest 103, which is we will be trying to defeat the neckers. And after the fight, we have an appropriate script to read, and of course we already know a thing or two about the neckers. Awesome. So we have one more symbol from Veril and one more action. And I may skip the Ivros hut actually, but I wanted to get the bombs. You know what, I'm changing my plans. So I know I am going to see what happens at Ivros' house. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to go to Druid's Grove, which allows me to raise my support level. Then I will go back there soon, I hope. So, and I will go to the huntsman hut where I can talk to the huntsman. I mean, I could also explore, but I want to talk. And I can get some more moolah. So I play one card. No, I use this action, so I have two movements. So I go 1 and 2. I pay 1 gold and I raise my support. And I explore this location. So it's Druid's Grove with a circular symbol and another necker mount. So I have already completed that quest, but depending on the number of players, the number of mounts required differs, so it takes a bit more time. But I am done with that, and I raise my shield. And actually, I forgot that my morale is low. So maybe I should have went to the woods. But that's for the exploration here. I could go to the huntsman hut now, or I could go to the woods, and then in my next turn, go to the huntsman hut. I want my morale to be high, because if I want to get into the fight, yeah. Okay, another pivot. So I play the last card for this round. I move once to the woods, and what happens in the woods in the main action? I raise my morale to high, I raise my shield, so my support level is at 1, meaning that after the fight, it will get back to 1. If I raise it, I raise my shields, so I'm aiming for that, or here. But I may go above up to 5 shields, which is like a protection I'm building before my next combat, which probably will happen soon, I think. And the last thing I can do in the woods is exploring. If the previous explorations were any indication, if the story I was following was an indication, I will probably find another mount here. We'll see. I've played this scenario multiple times. To be honest, I went completely different route than I previously did. So, of course, I remember the overarching story and some of the discussions and things that happened. I don't remember the details. So, I am honestly surprised quite often here. So I am going to the woods, and yes, so we found another mound, and we also raise our shields by 1 again. So this is pretty good. So I am at 3 shields, I am at high morale. Actually, I'm getting excited to fight some neckers. So we are moving to the end of the round. So what happens? 2 things. We remove the tokens from the Veral card. I get 2 cards from my deck to my hand. And there are cards here in the market that I may choose from. In 2, 3, or 4 player gameplay, we discuss, of course with 3 and 4 players, there are more cards here. We discuss who gets which card. I can choose freely one of them and add to my deck. So this one gives me more combo options, which is nice. Those 2 have stronger combo extensions with more damage on it. I'm tempted by the blue one. It's the strongest. It also has the least action, the least power symbols. I am traveling quite slowly. I don't see any tests happening yet, so I feel safe getting the blue one. But if I don't use it with the red combo extension in the combat, that would be a waste. So I discard the rest of the cards. We take out new ones, so there are always some options to choose from and to plan. And we begin the second round of the game just like that. I think I want to go to the Druid's Grove first, because since I'm in this area, or maybe I will, yeah, since I'm in this area, I will complete that. So let me just play one of my cards. It will be the green one. Move here once, and by paying 1 coin, I raise my support. So I raise my shield again, and there is no exploration nor story action here, so that's the end of this turn for me, and I take the next one. So as planned, I'm going to the huntsman hut. Finally, I use one of my apprentice symbols. We move 1 spot. First, the huntsman will gladly take my herb to get me 2 coins. And I'm happy with that, because then I can spend it to raise my attributes even higher. And I may move to Herbalist Shack to build up my analysis even more. I'm tempted by that, maybe the Forge, because I love strength and getting mutagens, but I also charisma. Okay, balanced. I will try to keep it balanced. And now I have 2 options. I can explore, or I can read the story action with the huntsman. I think I'll be back here to explore, so I will use that and read the script 1.4. That was open from the very beginning of the game. By the time you reach the hut, your clothes have been thoroughly soaked by the ever-drizzling rain. Inside you find Borg, the huntsman who discovered Ivril's body. The huntsman is a man of imposing size, with a long beard braided into plaits. "Welcome, Witcher. Come in." He gestures broadly, inviting you inside. "How can I help you?" You ask about the circumstances of the half-elf's death, and Borg's face darkens. He takes a moment to collect himself, then answers calmly. "It was a hard sight to bear. To be honest, his face was so mutilated that we only recognized him by his clothes and gear. Necker filth." The huntsman spits on the floor. Again, you imagine. "A shame about the lad. Mixed blood or not, he was a good company. All we could do was give him a proper send-off. His body was washed and prepared for burial, as tradition dedicates." Any information about your friend's death is valuable. It's a good thing you managed to speak with Borg. We get 1 success, and we put the card 45 in our travel journal, as well as card 27. Ooh, with the first gossip symbol. So we are on our way by talking to Borg, obviously. When you suggest you'd like to examine the corpse, obviously we want to examine the corpse, friend or not, we want to see what happened. Borg reacts harshly. Maybe where you're from it's normal to dig up the dead, but we don't allow it here. No one will help you, and if you dare desecrate our comrade's grave, mark my words, Witcher, you'll face the wrath of the entire brotherhood of huntsmen. Okay, take it down. Again he spits. What? We are at your house, so take it down. Stop spitting. Chillax. Let's de-escalate. The neckers grow bolder, attacking in small packs. What more do you need to finally make use of those famous swords of yours? I have two, remember, I have two. So we decide, kill him or not. No, this is not the decision, no. Go to the cemetery and dig up the grave. The huntsman won't like it. But you need to see the evil's body with your own eyes. Obviously, we do. So, some of you may be thinking, what, dig up the body? But others are like, dig up the body. But we have the second option. Honor the memory of the deceased by promising Borg that you will not exhume that body. To the locals, that would be a desecration. You do know, however, that in Dubica, the herbalist is the one who washed and anoints the dead. Go to her to find out more about Ivril's wounds. Do we go to talk to the herbalist? We were already at the herbalist's shack. She was not there. She was somewhere near the mounds, but we could talk to her. Or we could dig up the grave, which would probably happen at the graveyard, logically. Or maybe here, I don't know. So, I don't know. What do we do? What do we do? Okay, let's honor the memory of the deceased. Okay. I will take the high road. I wanted to dig up the grave, but I saw the looks of the people around me here, suggesting that I should? No, okay, so you promise Borg that you will not respect his comrade's wishes. The huntsman thanks you and says his goodbyes, telling you that he's heading, why am I making the voice? He's heading out at the dawn for a hunt. He appreciates your efforts to keep the people of Dubica safe and hands you an extra coin. Gratitude or hush money? A bonus payment. I feel a bit dirty, but I get a gold, so. Finally, he asks you to avenge Ivril in the name of the Huntsman Brotherhood as well. Okay, you could avenge him, dude. You may now go to the herbalist and try to learn something from her, but will she be willing to talk? It's best to come prepared. A gift of rare herbs. Oh my gosh, now I have to bring her a gift. So I I move the story token to location 6, and I draw a story card 38. And the card 38, those are just the cards for this scenario. Yeah, so it tells us about open story quest here, and it tells us to spend herbs and talk to her. I am fed up with them. I want to give her no herbs and just talk to her. Maybe my very low charisma level will be enough. Probably not. So I have those two quests, and I may continue on my journey. So I may talk to her, probably pushing that story forward, or I may defeat the Neckers, and I feel so ready to defeat the Neckers. And I could normally in a 2 to 4 player gameplay, whenever I get into a combat, that finishes my round. But if it happens in solo mode and Varel has still some actions available, he may, you know, he's allowed to take them. So after I finish my combat and I have no cards, I will still be able to do that. So I'm tempted to either go to the hut, get a bomb, and then go here and fight, or, yeah, and then shortly after that, probably go here and, but 1, 2, yeah, okay. So I use one of the symbols in here. I move to the Elder's Hut. I get one of the bombs. It's a dancing star. I may discard one action to deal 2 damage. I keep it either to use in combat or to help the Otto Burbach. I remember about him. Maybe I will go to him after all, I don't know. And I may explore Elder's Hut. So whilst I'm here, why not? Why not explore and see what happens? So it's a triangle and I get 1 herb. Awesome. Okay, so I get an herb. I'm happy. Maybe I will give it to her. Either way, I play one of the cards I still have. I move to the forge, pay 1 gold, and I raise this marker. I don't want to explore, I want to fight the Neckers. So, how do we do it? I have the card in here. The Neckers have a basic ability, so I will do it after I prepare my deck. Also, they have 2 special abilities, and out of the monster deck, I have to create the health life pool for them. So they have 8 health plus the number of the current round. So it's 10 cards. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I get the token, and I will try to kill the Neckers before I run out of my card. I shuffle my entire discard pile into my deck, and we will get into that. First, before my first turn, yes, if my support attribute is on first level, I get 2 damage. Otherwise, I take 1 damage. 1 damage, thank you very much, because my support is at level 2. So, before also playing my combo, I don't want to use my bomb, but I use my adaptation. Meaning, I look at the top 2 cards from my deck, and I also may draw some of the revealed cards. So I may draw 1 card on this level, which is great. So I have 2 options. I could take the blue card and start slowly and build up my combo with my future draws. So I may either take the blue card and start slowly. I know this will come to me pretty fast. Or alternatively, I might start with a bang, meaning I may deal 4 damage from... No, I will start slowly, but wait and see. So with my first combo, very mellow, just 1 damage. So I reveal one of the cards. So I discard the first card. Actually, this one is pretty weak, so I wish that was the attack card. After playing my combo, depending on my analysis, I draw 2 cards. It may be raised or lowered based on the cards I have played. Awesome. So based on my analysis, I draw 2 cards. And I am happy. I have options. I have 2 options, or even more so, for my next move. And now the Neckers attack. So we reveal the first card, and we flip the token. It will be either a group attack or 3 damage. And it's a group attack. So if my defense is at 0, we take 3 damage. Luckily, if it's not, so I take 2 damage, 1 and 2. So I have not lost any cards due to attacks, but my defense is going down. It's not looking great. So again, I still have this option. I could do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Or again, go slow. My thinking is I want to do, or this could also be helpful. If I draw, no, I will just play 1 damage. I think I'm going to keep the bomb to give it to Otto. I feel pretty confident. And I draw 2 new cards. And I got the green one. And again, maybe I gotta think. Maybe I gotta pivot. Maybe I gotta pivot with my plans. Because that also gives me 4 and bigger draw. So now the neckers attack me. And again, I need to flip. And warrior leadership, I take 2 damage because I only have 1 shield. I lose 1 shield and the topmost card from I was waiting for that one. Oh no. Oh, but I have to ignore all defense symbols on my action cards. So I'm not even thinking of using that because that defense symbol would go to waste. So I play a defensive sign followed by a green defensive action and followed by an attack. And that allows me to deal 4. You heard me, 4 damage, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 cards are left here. I feel pretty confident. And I draw 2 more cards, so I don't draw just 2, I draw 4 cards of my deck. And drawing cards faster, because I just have gotten all the cards in my hand, drawing cards faster is helpful because now if I lose, I don't lose cards from my deck, but I lose them from my hand. So we reveal the next card. 4 damage or 3 damage. If the necker would now attack me and there's only 1 card or there are no cards left and I lose all my health, then I just drive the monster away. If there are more cards left, then I'm defeated, but I think I'm good. I think I'll be able to defeat the monster. So I get 3 damage. I need to lose 3 cards from my hand, and then with my final blow, I only need 1 damage, but just to show off, I have 5. Just so I spin and move. The neckers is already down. They're already down, and then I hua, hua, hua. Victory. So what happens? I read the script 1.3 to see. Okay, a fight. I have defeated the opponent. The monster is slain, a job well done, Witcher style. Yes, I gain 1 success token. Good. I get my morale high. I raise my defense to my support level. I flip my ability so it's ready. I shuffle my action cards. I remove the quest token from my location. And we remove the current quest card from the game. And we are reading what happened. The neckers stop their attacks and retreat underground. When Gotha arrives at the scene soon after. He reacts to your progress with little enthusiasm. But maybe that's just his reserved nature. Now is not the time for speculation. Duty calls. The mounds must be destroyed. Bombs thrown inside should finish the job. Ooh. We put the story cards, 125, in our travel journal. And we put the quest tokens in location, blue quest tokens in locations, I will put it aside, 1, 2, 4, and 10. So it's 1, 2, 4, and 10. Okay. And we have a quest 104. Okay, so this one is bigger, and we were able to get through 2 whilst connected directly with the Neckers fast. And now what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to destroy the mounds. So whenever I am at a location with a quest token that's connected to that story, I may spend 1 bomb, which currently I possess, and then I have to complete an analysis test. This is where I will roll my dice and I will be able to use my ability, also blue cards from my hand, also abilities from my apprentice to perform rerolls and try to get as good result as possible. So I will shuffle my cards. Normally that would be the end for me, but I have 1 more symbol and I will use it. And I will go to gallows 3, I think. Or, you know what? I don't think I want to be back here. I want to use the fact that I'm at the fort now. I will spend Veryl's last action. I may take up to 2 movement. I will take none. I will pay 1 gold, which I have, to raise my strength. And after I do that, I draw 2 mutagen cards and I pick 1 to choose. Ooh, both I like. If my combo has at least 2 cards and the last one is green, and I have some green cards, I deal 1 damage additionally. Or if my second card has exactly 2 power, then I draw the top card from my discard pile, but I apply -1. I want this one. Yeah, the red mutagen looks great, works for me. I put the other one on the bottom, and I took the story action here, but I may also explore, which I want to do since I am here around the forge. So we see the moon symbol, and unfortunately I lose 1 of my shields, but fortunately I get another bomb, and it's the Maritime bomb. Oh, this one I like as well. So I put the story book aside, and we move to the end of the second round. So I move all the tokens, I draw 2 cards from my deck, and I am able to purchase a new one. I am interested in green cards. I have gotten rid of 1 of the green cards, if I remembered correctly. So maybe it's a good time to maybe build up my green card options again. Sometimes the Neckers play against the shields, but I have a mutagen that works for the shields. So that's a bit tricky. But I think I like it. Yeah, I'll take the green card. I'll play defensively this time around. I reveal new cards and we move to the round number 3. So my first movement, easy. I'll play my card. I move to the gallows 3. I get 1 herb. I am looking for herbs to go to the herbalist shack. I'm not sure if I want to spend too many of them. I have at least 2 locations where I can find a bomb. But for now, I will explore the gallows 3. And it's a moon symbol. I read a script number 10. Okay, you approach the gallows 3. The locals believe it got its name from the criminals who were occasionally hanged here. Sounds familiar? But the memory of witchers ran deeper. During a pogrom nearly 100 years ago, it was on this very tree that the bodies of elves were strung up. You also know well the carving of a hanged witcher etched into the bark. You've passed this many times with practice indifference. But not today. Just beneath it, someone has scratched a fresh message. It's time. Two farmhands are returning from a nearby field. You stop them and ask about the message. They react nervously, avoiding your gaze. One seems like he wants to speak, but the other elbows him in the ribs. At the signal, they both flee, each in a different direction. Decide, whom are you chasing? The one who wanted to say something, or the one who gave the signal to run? I think the one who wanted to say something has lesser information than the one who gave signal, so I'm going with B. You easily catch up with the fleeing man, grab him by the collar and yank him towards you. The farmhand, voice trembling, swears he doesn't know who scratched the message on the gallows tree. You lean in closer, asking why he ran. It was because of Avril, he stammers. He also asked about the message before he died. We knew you two were close. We were afraid of your anger. Good thinking. So, we get the story card 31, and we put it in our, and we get the second gossip symbol in our travel journal, and the mention of our deceased friend shrinks. You try to find out from the farmhand whether he knows anything about Avril's death, or why he was interested in the message on the tree. No, nothing. I only saw him scratching something on a wax tablet. Then he went home. The man groans, trying in vain to pull away. You know the tablet he means. Avril always carried it with him on his hunts, and left it in the shed with the rest of his gear upon returning. Perhaps it's a good idea. It is a good idea. We put a story action. Okay, we have 3 stories open right now. We got to start completing some of them before the game ends. And we draw the card 39. So, let's see what happens there. 39. Ooh, so there we are supposed to take the analysis test to find a secret message. I am ready to find some secret messages. Although, if I go to the inn, I may raise my charisma. That's pretty tempting. That's the first option. The second option is I go to the stalls and give the bombs to Otto. That sounds interesting. I need bombs. I need bombs to destroy. And also I could get even more herbs to the air. You know, I will not give Otto too many bombs. Maybe if I could go there. But eventually, I think I want to raise my analysis. I want to raise my analysis. I made a decision. So, I am going to the stalls and I will give Otto no bombs. So that's an option, hopefully. I play the 2 movement card. So I may move 1, 2. I use one of my herbs. I raise my analysis, meaning I take this out and I am able to raise it to the 3rd level. The 4th and 5th ones are unlocked throughout the campaign, amongst other things. So I read script 18, hoping he is not too angry. The merchant Otto Burbach, I should have done it in the first place, but whatever. So he is visibly disappointed that you don't have any bombs for him, because we've got some bombs, but decides to leave the village anyway. The gnome has already packed up his stall and now making final preparation for departure. You walk with him to the edge of the village, next to his wagon. He's afraid. That much is clear to you. Not changing my mind. And you regret, that you can't do more to help. I mean, I slightly regret, because nobody likes us here. The only person that may like us is the herbalist, but she also may hate us. So he was our only friend living, and we disappointed him. We just have to chew on it a bit, and maybe something good will come out of that. Or not. Or we'll have just learned something about ourselves. I mean, I did. Nothing good, but something. So, you part ways at the village outskirts. The gnome wishes you luck and soon disappears into the fog, engulfing the road. Still, you're glad to have met at least one person who was friendly to you. Yeah, I'm glad at least. He is not safe. No more script reading. We don't know what happened to him. Probably he is good. Probably he's safe. Everything is good. Everybody's happy. So we raise our defense by 1. And, okay, we remove the token. And we put this into our memory of meeting Otto. Maybe in the future we will not remember that we didn't help him that much. So, yeah. I want to go to the homestead, and I want to throw some bombs into the mounds. So, I am happy with my analysis. I have it at level 2. I need more herbs for the herbalist. Yeah. I got... Okay, still. But... Yeah, okay, I will go to the homestead to get an herb, throw a bomb, head to herbalist. I move this one. I travel to the homestead. I get a second herb. I was thinking of giving her maybe 3 or 4. I don't know, maybe 2, maybe 1, maybe none. Let's not focus on that. So, this is the quest. We are throwing one of the bombs. That one, I don't think with my abilities I will need. So we throw it away and we perform a ability check. So I have analysis on level 2, meaning I roll the 5 dice and I have 2 free rerolls. I may also use Veril, and his action allows me to get additional reroll, but importantly, as we remember from the previous scenario, in our available potions we have a woven hour, and probably we'll learn some more of them along the way, and it allows us to change one of the symbols on the dice. And we have an herb, so we are fine, guys. We are fine. And the results depend on the high morale. We are aiming for at least a success or maybe remarkable success. So poker symbol outcomes matter. So we are 2, 2, 4, 4, and a 3. 2 pair doesn't give us anything. We could already spend 1 herb and change the 3 into a 4, and that would be a success with the full house. Are we satisfied with success? No, we are not. So I keep 2, 3, and 4, and I take the reroll. Meaning 1 and a 5 helps, or 5 and a 6 helps. I may regret that later. So I roll. I have a 6 and I have a 1. And I have 2 more rerolls. And I'm afraid. I may spend 1 herb right now and switch the 6 into a 5 and have a remark. Yeah, okay, so. Sorry, herbalist, I need it. So I spend this herb, I switch the 6 to a 5. So it's move up or down by 1, and the 6 switches to 1, just so you know. So I have a straight. So this is a remarkable success. Yay me, yay. Let's read 12 and see what happens. So, the bomb you tossed inside. And whenever we get a remarkable success, we read the success and additionally the remarkable success script. The bomb you tossed inside blew up in the mound and the entrance to the underground tunnels collapsed. You take pride in a job well done. Yeah, job well done. We gain 1 success Our morale got high. Yes. And we remove the quest token from location. Yes. And we read the remarkable success. So, the force of the explosion was enough to destroy another mound located at the other end of the collapsed tunnel. Another success. And we remove one blue quest token additionally. I don't need to go back here now. Boom. Destroyed it. There are still blue class tokens on the map, so we continue our journey. Awesome. I want to raise my analysis, and I may give her one herb. That's not a lot. I could also use the herb at the huntsman hut and give her none. I'm tempted to give nobody nothing. I mean, if I have to throw a bomb in the mound, then sure. But do I trust the herb? Do I want to? Whatever happens, I use his cards. So I move by 2. 1, 2. At the herbalist's shack. So I raise my analysis, I have one herb and I give her one herb. And we read the script number 6. Of course, depending on number of herbs, as with the bombs, as with any other thing, there are different things to read, and if you are not playing solo, somebody else would read the story to you. Your herb satchel is nearly empty, so you cannot win over the distrustful herbalist with a gift. You withstand the woman's piercing gaze. Don't think I'll get dragged into Vengoda and Borg's schemes, or anyone else for that matter. Schemes? What schemes? There are schemes? There are schemes. I knew there are schemes. You know there are schemes. Of course there are schemes. There are schemes, guys. We knew it. It's your business, Witcher, yours and theirs. Now, head to the Druid Grove if you want to dig around in this mess. I want to dig around. But leave me out of it. Now go on, out with you. As you leave the hut, the herbalist slams the door. Yet her off-head comment lingers in your mind, as if hinting that the Vengoda and Borg have something to hide. Yeah, I think they do. I think everybody has something to hide, and we'll discover it. So we get a card 16, and we put the completed quest into our travel journal. You walk away from the hut, the slam still ringing. That's in your ears and your mind racing. That's why you fail to notice Borg lurking in the woods until he ambushes you. Oh my gosh. A powerful blow to the temple knocks you off balance. The huntsman slams you on the ground with his massive bulk. I lose one shield. You are pinned on your back with Borg's knee crushing your chest. The huntsman leans in close, hissing words into your face. You non-humans love to sniff where you shouldn't, don't you? Just like your friend Ivril, he poked his nose into the Neckar transport business. One freak already got what he deserved. And you won't escape either. Only this time, I won't bother with vipers. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. The huntsman's massive hands tighten around your neck. You try to break his iron grip, but it's no use. Your vision begins to blur and you realize that you have one last chance to act. Of course, it would be great if my apprentice kicked in now, but whatever. So you form the Arge sign with your fingers, and while the blast isn't as strong as it should be, it's enough to throw your attacker off. Glad that he talked before he tried to kill me. You scramble to your feet, gasping for air and looking around for Borg. but he vanished into the forest. This is his hunting ground. You know that chasing him would be futile. Ooh, so we get story card 4. And 15. Nice. And we got the 3rd gossip symbol. We need 2 more and we are golden. You consider seeking for help from the druids. They might actually know something, but they're not particularly fond of witchers. You know from experience they don't tolerate killing and consider shedding blood in their grove as sacrilege. Best prepare for a cold reception. So, go to the druid's grove. Do not kill nothing. And another story card, 42. So we are running out of space here. So I'm rearranging the stuff, but if you have the travel journal, it's all contained very neatly. So you have still 2 options, still 2 quests here. I'm going into the woods now. I could also go to the huntsman. I have nothing. Oh, I forgot. 1, 2. Yeah, so we need to slowly. I could go. I have no money. I could get some money in graveyard and explore. I am not exploring huntsman hut. Ivro's hut. Ay, ay, ay. I could go to Druid's Grove immediately. And I have 2 options there. But I need herbs and money. Yeah, I'm not going there without herbs and money. So let me do it slowly, methodically. I will move by playing those 2 symbols here, 1, 2. And I go to the graveyard with the chapel. I train, I rest, I get 1 shield, and because I have no gold, I probably beg for some and I get 1, which is awesome. And then I go to the graveyard to explore. Meaning, location 9. And this is the... Oh! And I found an herb. Perfect. I am all set. And with my last action from my apprentice, I go to the elder's hut. I get grape shot, another bomb, and the round 3 completes. I get 2 cards, move the symbols, and I may purchase a new one. I think I want the yellow card. The purple one allows me for more combos. I am building up my defense, but this is too tempting. It has 2 things I like. It has an action that will allow me to draw back my cards that I have used, and it has an extension for green cards that I have in my deck, quite a few of them, so it may come in handy. So we move to the second to last round of the game, and I want to begin with playing my action card, taking 2 movement, going to the Druid's Grove. I pay 1 gold to maybe able to reach the last level of my support. And do I want to throw the bomb? Huh. If I get a remarkable success, I will complete this quest now, which would be great. Then I may use anything to talk to them. Yes. So I throw the grape shot in and I perform. And now with my analysis at level 3, I feel confident. I have herbs, yes. I feel confident that I will be successful. 1, a 3, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So this is not perfect. I take 2 dice and I take my first reroll. This is not perfect. I take the second reroll. This is not... I have 3 6s now. I'm taking my last reroll. If I get 2 6s, remarkable success, easy. Just need to get a pair of 6s out of 2 dice. How hard is that? The chances are like about 50-50. I got 1! So, I get a success at least. What could I do? I could try to push my luck even more. Use one of Varol's symbols. You know what? Let's do it. I use one of his symbols and I get a reroll. And this, I will get a 6. It's a 4. So that's good because it's neither a success nor am I tempted to spend my herb, because out of a 4 you cannot make a 6 just by adding 1. Math. Success. So that's better than nothing. I read script 27. No, I read script 12. And I remember that already. I will get a success token. Exactly. And I remove the quest, and still there are quests on the map. So I will have to go to the woods. I hoped that I would get rid of it like very fast, but still I am happy with what's going on in here. So I may spend one of my cards from my hand and stay here, raise my support level, and read the script. Or move to the Evil's hut, and then go back. No, since I'm here, I want to complete this. So I will play the green card here. Yeah, and stay on this location, pay 1 herb, raise my support, so my shield goes up by 1. Story action, so I read the script number 9 in the Druid's Grove. You move stealthily through the grove, glancing warily around. There are Necker's tracks everywhere. Suddenly, several of the beasts burst from the nearby thicket, charging straight at you. Could the herbalist have deliberately sent you into the nest of monsters? Decide. Draw your sword and prepare for battle, or try to fall back. Prepare for battle. Immediately, I draw 1 action card and start to fight. Yes. And I got a green card, yes. So, now we are at round number 4. So the Neckers, they have 12 cards in their deck available. So I have 12 cards here. I have the Necker card. They are using their attack, so I use 1 shield. And I have a high morale, so I go first. So, before I use my adaptation, I look at 2 cards from my hand. And I may keep 1. Both of them look good. I feel very strong. So I think that should be pretty easy. So I was tempted to start with a big combo, but I want to wait. So I play this card and I just deal 1 damage with no combo extension. It goes to my discard pile, and I draw 3 cards, up to 6 in my hand. Now my combo options are amazing. I reveal the Necker card. It will be either 3 damage or a special attack. It's a special attack, so I take 2 hits, but I ignore the shields. Not good. So if I ignore the shields, then my instinct is to keep those to myself and then just play that. Okay, so I play this card with that one, allowing me to deal 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And I will draw 3 more cards. So 6 in my hand right now. And we attack. Ooh. Special attack or 4 damage. It's 4 damage. I have no shields. 1, oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have plenty of green cards, that's for sure. So, at last, I will use my green mutagen, so I play that card with my 2 shields. So, what 2 things happen? First of all, I draw the topmost card from my discard pile to my hand. It's like a healing action. I deal 2 damage, so more things happen actually. And I raise my shields by 2, but because of my mutagen, I finish my combo with a green, so I deal 1 more damage. I would draw more cards, but I have none to draw. So we take out the second to last attack. It's a strong one. It's 4 damage. I lose 2 shields and I lose 2 cards from my hand, which is fine, because I still finish with a strong combo. Again, the second time it happened, I finished with a strong combo, so I feel like I'm right above their level. It always depends on what cards come up here and there, but I feel pretty strong right now. I defeated the Neckers that attacked me, which now I realize I wasn't supposed to do. Great. Yay me. Let's continue reading the script. As the last Necker's corpse falls at your feet, you glance behind you to where you sensed someone watching you from the shadows during the fight. "Proud of yourself, are ya?" says the tall man with the flaxen beard, dressed in a grey cotton tunic. As he steps out of the forest, you realize he must be a druid. "Happy with the death you dealt to those creatures? And what was their crime? That someone dragged them here in cages and released them into an unfamiliar place? And then, 2 moons later, you show up to slay them." So, the Viper, the boar, somebody dragged them here. 2 moons later, the druid voice is dripping with contempt. "You have violated the laws of this place. You should leave." Okay, I lose my morale. I lose my shields to 0. I get my ability. I shuffle my cards. And the card 42 and 17 are added to our journal. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 more gossip symbol and we will have completed one of the quests we got at the beginning. It might be worth attending the elders' gathering Vengota mentioned. The villagers should hear the truth about Borg's lie. Perhaps someone there will be able to tell you more about the Neckers that were brought here. So far, too many things in this contract don't add up. Yeah. So we move to the location 12 and we take out the card number 44. At the Elder's Hut, we should talk to the elders using, of course, my charisma, which is at level 1. So I have chance to complete it successfully, but at the same time my morale is low, so I need to go to the woods. And normally my actions would be done now, but I have still 2 more actions on Vero. And I need to switch up my plans a bit. So, I have a bomb, I didn't use it for the necker, so I use one of my actions to move to the woods, raise my morale, raise my shield by 1, and I try to destroy the last of the mounds. Luckily, my morale are high again, and I think I only need, yes, so I have 2 5s, 2 1s, and 3 rerolls. I need to get 1 or a 5 for a success. A 1. Boom. Script 12. I read, and let's see what happens, because I get a success token, and we read script 15. The remaining necker stragglers crawl out from their underground tunnel. Time to finish the job. You pay special attention to the chieftains, slightly larger and stronger than the others, marked with clay on their muzzles. While observing the neckers, you notice something strange. Some of them have clear marks on their necks and wrists from collars and shackles. Their presence in this area cannot be coincidence. We have a story card 14. This is not a coincidence. We remove the card 104. And we put 2 black quest tokens on locations 10 and 7. Nice. This is where we are right now. And we got another quest. We could eradicate the necker. So this seems like a final quest with the necker line of the story. And we stop the reading right now. Okay, awesome. So those are our options, and we still have 1 more action to take. So now, when we go to Ivril's hut, where I want to go, 1, 2, we actually take the main action, we get a bomb, moon dust, and we have 3 options to take. So we could either eradicate the neckers, or find the secret message, or explore. I want to find the secret message. So I roll the dice, and I have a 5, a 5, and 2, 3, and a 4. So I could keep 2, 3, 4, 5, and with my rerolls aim for 1 or a 6. Good chances, but I don't have any herbs. I have 3 rerolls. Mathematically I should be fine. Logically maybe I should keep 2 5s and aim for a full house, or at least 4, yeah. So I keep 2 5s and I roll the remaining 3. I have 3 rerolls. So first reroll, very unsuccessful, 1, 2, and a 3. So nothing to see here. The second reroll, I get a 5, and with my last reroll, I need to have either a 5 or a pair. Nope. Awesome. So I was unlucky. Even 1 herb would be enough to help me here, but... You rummage through all the traps and hides lying around Ivril's shed. Check out every satchel, but the wax tablet is nowhere to be found. All you turn up is a purse of gold. You know you can make a better use of it than your deceased friend, so you decide to take it. Oh my gosh. So I have low morale, but I have 1 gold. I remove the story action token, and I put this card 39. So it's here. And it tells me what to do in the future to be better at completing ability tests. Okay. So the last the fourth round is done. I draw 2 cards and get 1 more, and I get 1 more. Even though I'm not very good with comboing blue one, this has 2 extensions, so I'm happy to take this one, discard the 2 remaining cards, and we move to the last round of the game. So what are my options? I may explore here, I may fight with the Neckers, I may go to the Elder's Hut, then try to talk some sense into them, I may explore the inn, I may explore the Huntsman Hut still. And I don't think I'll be able to follow through with my plan to get my charisma to level 2. And my morale is low again. I felt strong fighting the monsters previously, so I think if I fight them and yeah, I fight them, they go first, I'm okay with that. I don't have enough shields, but I don't have time to walk around like that. I mean, maybe I have time. I have a pretty good opening for the combat. Okay. I think I'll do. So, I think I'll play this card, and with my first action I stay here, I draw 1 more bomb, and I have 2 of them now, and I get into a combat, and it has 1 more monster card. Okay, so it's 8 plus 5, so it's 13, it's 14, okay. 14 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 cards. I have low morale, so they go first. First they use the ability, I lose 1 life, and we reveal their attack. Before the fight, I first have to shuffle my cards, of course. And the group attack happens. So my defense is 0, so I take 3 damage. I hope I will still be able to, oh no, to at least drive them away. I felt maybe overly confident with myself. So first I use my adaptation, I flip the token and I look at 2 cards from my deck. Yellow and green, and I may keep 1 of them. I would love to use my moon dust, but to do that so I keep the yellow card, but I still am going to play my initial combo that I wanted to play from the start, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I draw 3 cards. And, oof. Okay. Something is beginning to cook. Something is beginning to, things are looking better. So I flip the card and let's see. So now, warrior leadership. I take 2 damage and I cannot raise my shields. I mean, I ignore them here. So you know what? I will have to use my moon dust to somehow get back in the game. I don't know. I have a combo with 2 shields. So I will use my moon dust, and I cannot play yellow or blue cards here. So I'll just play 1 purple. I don't know. So I raise my shields by 2. Play my purple card, I just give 1 damage, I haven't used my mutagen still, and I draw 3 cards. So now whatever I lose out of my hand, and I am not looking well. Okay. Group attack, okay, my defense is not 0, so I get 2 damage. 6 cards remaining. Oh dear. Wait. So I have no cards, and they have 6 cards left. So I am going to play a 2-card combo, but not only I will deal 2 damage, but I will deal 1 more because of my mutagen and raise my shield. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, I don't draw any more cards. I just get back 1 of the cards I have here. So I'm running low on my options for, okay, either 4 damage or group attack. 4 damage, 1 and 3 cards from my hand. And again, I win just barely. I was afraid I maybe took too big of a risk, but I managed. 17. I gain 1 success. Flip this card. My defense is back to 3. This is still active. And I can still fight the Neckers on this location or explore Iveril's hut. But I don't have any cards. I only have actions from Verel. So that allows me to move around a bit and prepare for the end of the scenario. So I think I will explore the huntsman hut, actually. Yeah, I think I'll explore the huntsman hut. And in the meantime, I could also explore, I could also try to raise my, am I able to raise my charisma? Or 1, 2, 3, yeah, no. I will raise my charisma after all. So, I move to Homestead. So I get 1 herb at Homestead. I use my second to last action to move to the stalls. I pay the herb, raise the gray marker on my charisma, and move to the inn with my last action of the game. I pay 1 gold, I raise my charisma, and I am very charismatic, and I have all of my abilities at level 2, which is awesome, and I may explore. I left some spots unexplored. I have left some questions unanswered, but I am happy with the adventure. But of course, we will still go to the final script before the end. I read what happens at the end. I raise my shield level by 1. Great. All of my actions are done. I am not now getting any new cards. We are reading the script 30. Rain is pouring hard, so you decide to wait it out in the tavern. As soon as you sit at one of the tables, an herbalist approaches carrying a steaming brew. The smell doesn't raise any suspicions, but you remain cautious anyway. I have important information about Vengota and the Neckers, but there are too many ears around. Get warm in here, then follow me. Her voice trembles slightly, as if from nerves, and you also notice a slight shaking of her hands. You ask why the sudden willingness to help witchers, and the woman only shrugs. Things are happening that could harm us all. Well, it's us now. Maybe fear finally loosened its grip, or maybe my resentment just isn't enough anymore. I know one thing, something evil is happening here, and evil sticks to people, making them worse than they were before. Suddenly, Vengota bursts into the tavern. I've been looking for you everywhere. Oh, I forgot, he has a voice. I've been looking for you everywhere, he says, cutting the herbalist off mid-sentence. We caught the huntsman Borg sneaking into the village. Yeah, of course, Borg is the bad guy. He confessed to killing Ivriel, but there may be more to get out of him. You should be the ones to talk to him. We are holding him at my place, under guard. He glances at the mugs of brew. I'd think twice before drinking that filth. Not everyone in this place wishes you well. Ooh. Analyze the story cards in the travel journal. Okay. And talk about what you've learned in the script and decide together. We either trust the herbalist or we trust the village elder. So I will ask people around, who do we trust? The herbalist or the elder?
Herbalist. Elder. Elder.
So we decide together. They told me here to trust the village elder. So just so you know, this is a game where you don't completely win or completely lose, depending on the success tokens and our choices and the actions we take. Each scenario ends slightly differently, and overall we either explore more or progress the story better throughout the campaign, affecting some of the outcomes and some of the possibilities. So we want to do the best job we can, and we want to be smart. And right now I'm just telling you, we were not so smart because they told me to trust the elder. So I am reading the script 19. The case of the Necker contract seems to be getting more and more murky, but interrogating the huntsman should shed some light on it, logically. You stand before the village elder's hut, where, according to Vengota himself, Borg is being held. We move here. Once again, you're forced to stand outside in the pouring rain. Vengota tells you to wait, then disappears into his hut. You look around and realize that you are alone. Not a soul in sight. Through the noise of the rain, you could hear the creaking of Vengota's hut, half-open door. For some reason, unease begins to build inside you. You exchange silent glances. The air thickens with tension. Something hangs over this place, something that's growing darker by the second. You enter the hut to find it empty. No sign of Borg in the room, nor of Vengota, who must have slipped out the back. On the table lies only an open book, as if prepared for your arrival. It's Monstrum, or a portrayal of witchers. A pamphlet attacking monster huntsmen, which has recently grown in popularity. A passage is marked. Truly, there is nothing more repulsive than those monsters, contrary to nature, called witchers, for they are the spawn of vile sorcery and devilry. They are rogues without virtue, conscience nor scruples. True hellish creatures, fit only for killing. There is no place among decent folk for their kind, and that care more in place where these wretches nest and carry out their vile practices must be wiped off the face of the earth. Its ruins salted and nitrated. Everything becomes clear. You were lured away from Karamor, and Vengota, the village elder, has been behind the entire operation all along. The herbalist tried to warn you. So, our morale are low. Come on out there, maggots! A rough voice cuts through the downpour. Let's do this the easy way. You decide to leave the hut. In the driving rain, a dozen thugs await you. Forming a semicircle with weapons ready, they slowly begin to surround you. At their head stands a red-haired man, his face pockmarked with smallpox scars. It's been hard work luring you here, says the pockmarked man, eyeing you. It wasn't easy dragging Necker packs into Dubica, but it was worth it in the end. While you were chasing those beasts, our employer made sure not a stone was left standing at Kaedwen. Those little monsters managed to mess you up pretty good, so you won't be much trouble to us. I am Rowan Craddock, he adds with pride, henceforth known as the Witcher Slayer. Now get to work, boys. Time slows to a crawl. Your bodies react instinctively, hands reaching for swords. You fight not just for yourselves, but for your brothers at Kaedwen who need you. Maybe it's not too late to stop this madness. Everything you've been trying to uncover in Dubica has led you to this moment, keeping you vigilant to the very end. So, depending on the choice at the end, things alter, of course, but it comes to a final fight. And now we see how many successes we got through the game, and that also alters the game. So, each player draws 2 actions, and we have gained 8 success tokens, which is not the best you could get, but it's not the worst. So we raise the level of our lowest attribute by 1. And it doesn't help us now, just so you know, because we only unlock it. But it's okay. I'm fine. We'll be fine. We are reading again. So we read script also 31 because we're playing solo. Take the bandit card 106 from the envelope A. We open the envelope and place it in the designated space next to the map. So we'll keep it here. Take the armor tokens from the box 1. Okay. And add them to your general supply. And they get 2 tokens because we are playing solo. With more players we use more of them. And they are 1 large strong enemy. So everybody at the group fights them. For us it's just a tougher fight at the end. Varel broke formation and with youthful recklessness charge the enemy. You had just enough time to think that all this training had gone to waste. He managed to land a few quick blows, but the bandits quickly made the young Witcher regret his rash actions. The quench sign you cast at the last second saved Varel's life. Still, the boy took a mace blow to the head and collapsed unconscious to the ground, bleeding. He won't be of any more use in the skirmish. Time to show the youngling how a Witcher really fights. Okay, we go into a group fight. They have 8 cards, plus 5, they have 13 action cards, and they have a special action. Before the player's first turn, we discard a random card from our hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is their pool, and we get rid of one of our cards from the hand. And we are left with this one. I feel okay-ish. I mean, I wish I had high morale because they go first, but I have a bomb and a mutagen, so maybe that will allow me to react somehow. So they go first, and we reveal a card, and it starts pretty safe because we get 2 damage, so 1, 2. We use our adaptation, so we draw 3 cards and choose one of them. So 1, 2, 3. This one is very strong, but I don't have a green card in my hand, so I think I will start it very simple and put those 2 back on top and get them soon. So I play just one card, just one damage, and before I can get rid of any cards, they lose their shields, and I draw 1, 2, 3 cards. And good, we should be okay. Let's see what they do. And they deal 2 more damage to us. 1, 2. Okay. We are starting slow, which is fine. I use my special card with my defense card. So I raise my shield by 1. I deal 2 damage. 1 and now 2. And I get back the topmost card from my pile to my hand. And those 2 go to the discard pile. And also I use my red mutagen, so I deal 1 additional damage. And now I draw 3 cards from my analysis. And dang it, I don't have a green card. I will have to make a smaller, but maybe deadly combo. So they attack. Oops, it's either their special ability or 4 damage. And it's 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, my hand is shaking. I play 3 very offensive cards, so heavy on the damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the strongest combo yet. And we are getting very close to defeating them. 6 cards down. I draw all of my cards, but I have no shields. So they attack with their second to last card, and they're 3 or 4 damage. And it's 4 damage, no shields. I get rid of all my cards but 1. So literally with my last card, I am able to defeat them. I thought I will not be able to do it. Great. So our Witchers, so even though, even though at the end we decided to trust Venkora, having the right cards to create my combos were quite crucial. So building up your deck, as you see, to be ready for combat is very important, and it was helpful that I had my analysis raised high. Of course, if you lose the fight now, it's not like you lose the entire scenario, but the results differ. So, a Witcher's blade slices through Rowan Craddock's throat. The bandit's face freezes in utter shock as blood spurts between the fingers, clutching at his neck. A lot of blood. His body collapses to the ground, joining the corpses of his gang. You spared no one. Everything becomes clear. The Neckers were just a pretext to lure you out of the Witcher's keep. Village Elder Vengora sold you out, and Rowan Craddock and his men were meant to finish the job. You're supposed to die here, but not today. You tend to Veryl's head wound, then mount your horses and ride like the wind. To Kermoren, to your brother's aid. You try to ignore the fatigue and your injuries. There will be time to deal with them and to settle accounts with Vengota and every villager who helped him. But for now, nothing else matters but reaching Kermoren in time. Perhaps it's not too late. So we put 2 more story cards in our journal. Story card 8 and 11. And actually card 11, it's kind of like the summary for this scenario, and we read script 32. So now we go into the character development. So we are going to skip this portion, but just so you know, 2 things happen. First of all, each character, they have a character development card, and you mark 2 things here. One of the attributes you raise to the highest level, so I would choose between support and analysis. Also, I got to the 2nd level with my abilities, so I would mark it here as well. That helps me mark my development through the entire campaign. Additionally, you get card modifiers depending on the result of the scenario, some decisions, and that allows you to build up your deck. So we also give you sleeves for your action cards in the game. So those cards are protected when we're using the modifiers, and the modifiers are very easily removable and reusable. Go and see the update or the video where we talked about them and actually tested them in action. So this one allows me to add additional card extension to my card, but you may also sometimes get one of the cards you purchase permanently added to your deck, so then you mark it with your color, and there are symbols that will allow you to build up the power of the card. So that helps you travel more and also may be used for additional rerolls in the ability. So these modifiers are very durable and also easily removable, but of course, to feel safer and shuffle the cards with them, we give you the card sleeves for your action cards. So you develop your character in multiple ways. I am not going to spoil anything else. And at the end, the game tells you to put the story card 32, and our last entry in the travel journal is actually an introduction to read the script book 2 and follow the second scenario. So that was a full scenario. Of course, remember, you will have a unique experience different than mine. Probably you won't be as successful. I have some experience building my deck and getting into those challenges. I know I am well prepared for. Sometimes those surprise you. I don't think I was surprised with any of this here, but you will have your own experience and your own story and fun either solo or with group of friends. As you see in solo mode, I have explored a lot. I have not completed all of the quests. I have not read all the scripts. I have not, maxed out all the missions I could have. So, but even with 4 players, there are things to do, and with 1 player, you see a lot of the story. Depending on your choices, the paths may go different directions, and each of those scenarios, it's as big, or even some of them are bigger than this one. So if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to share them. Of course, this is just a prototype. Remember, in the future videos, we'll show you the sample of our travel journal for the cards, and the more things will be revealed soon for the content of the other scenarios, as well as some other things. If you haven't followed the campaign yet, please make sure you do and join the adventure.